I gotta tell the people about that.
Just
What was
in
that,
time.
lip
Ah,
gloss? Is that what it is?
hi guys.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh! Hi, folks. Behind the scenes.
Welcome to Boys on Facebook. My name's Gina.
My name's Jerry.
Thank you for joining us.
What's your last name?
Gagne.
No, thank you. That's mine too. What a coincidence.
For now. For now.
Oh, for now. That's something I first heard, folks, today. We were talking about, I don't know, marriage or something.
We was talking all your names and then all my names.
And she said, for now. Well, that's
For now.
the first I've heard from that ever.
Ever. Oh.
Because, you married and all that kind of stuff. And got rid of the local dude. No, you didn't get rid of him, did you?
No.
Well, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, right? You still have a good relationship with him.
Yeah. Anyways.
What are we here for? We're going to talk about pigeon.
He always expounds a little too much on some things. Anyways.
I'm a great expounder.
That you are.
I think I just made that word up.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're from Foy's Pigeon Supplies. We usually come in here all prepared, and Gina has an agenda. Here, let me show you what Gina's agenda is. And I put that's her agenda. It used to be everything was planned. She'd spend half an hour, 45 minutes in the bathroom, and I know she went and got her hair done the night before, and put all that. Now she says, I didn't have time to fix my hair. Look, okay.
Don't listen to him. He's a BSer.
Yes, I am.
Anyways, we're going to get to the show. So today's show is on feeders. As you see a couple in front of us. We're going to be talking about feeders, some feeder drinkers. So if you have any questions about feeders or feeder drinkers or anything, just post your question and we will answer it for you.
I was talking to Veronica while you were out, and
looking for chocolate.
Yes, somebody hit her chocolate, and then she remembered Veronica hit it. But anyways, stop interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, now I forgot what I was going to talk about.
Well,
we get calls. I get calls from people all over, and just heartwarming. What is it? We just feel so good about the fact that we have so many thousands and thousands of people who take the time to listen to Gina and I prattle. You ever hear that word before? Prattle. That means sort of like just keeps on talking about nothing. Just keeps on talking.
Prattle.
Well, I'm a good prattler.
That you are.
But gentleman in California called me today this morning about something about his pigeons. But he says, I'm looking at my watch. You go on at, he said 1 o'clock. But that was 12 o'clock. That was California time. He knew that. We get so many comments. I do, and I'm sure the girls do, about the show. And I guess my point being, and going around about my point being, what makes this show is you folks. We really appreciate our show is so much better when you send in a question. Doesn't matter what the question is. If it's a question to you, it's probably a question to somebody else. So I said call, but get on Facebook and Facebook us, right?
Message us on the.
Message us.
Yeah.
By the time I remember all that.
It'll be changed.
I'll be 6
It'll
foot
be
under.
different.
So
questions, comments, anything, yeah. Those are my pages.
Okay,
just skip over those.
We'll just start the show and do something.
So first, no. See, that's what happens when you don't have your agenda planned out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the feeders. As we talk about them, Veronica will post the link. So if you want to go to our page, you can just click that link and it'll take you directly to the feeder. I feel like I'm talking really fast because I had like that much drink with caffeine in it, and like it's crazy. You don't drink caffeine.
And now you're eating chocolate.
Well, I had to have chocolate. Anyways, so yeah. So any particular feeder you'd like to talk about first?
Well, yeah. About a month ago, we drove a long ways. Go ahead. All right, we're gonna talk about this, and I'll stop being goofier than I'm normally. This is a feeder, but I'll bet you don't know what kind of feeder it is. Well, we won't go that route. This looks like a pigeon feeder, in that you would put the feed in here just like anything else, and there it is. So this is a dual purpose feeder. Use it like it is. It's great for feed for small, maybe half a dozen birds, a dozen birds. It's also can serve as a grit feeder if that's what you want, because you don't want a big grit feeder. And we have others that are smaller. But it's called a pickpot feeder. And these are pickpots that we bring in from Belgium, but from the natural company. And it's a type of grit, but it's more of a treat. So it's plastic covered. You take the plastic off, and this will hold 3 of them. Line them right up. Your birds will love them. I should have told this guy to call me looking for grit, because he couldn't find grit in Salt Lake City. He says there is no such thing as pigeon grit, and I beg to differ with him. So anyways, it's easily accessed. Just put 3 in there, put the top off on it, and it can be a grit feeder, it can be a feed feeder, it can be a grit pot feeder, or it can be a feeder for just a few birds. Great idea. We also, do we still have the ones from Versalaga?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we have these from the natural company in Belgium, and we have them from Versalaga. Prices are in the catalog, and if you have any questions, you can call us at any time. Let me just put this aside. Go ahead.
This actual one is the pickpot feeder. It's a little bigger than the 12-inch sanitary wood feeder. So,
Veronica, did I not call it a pickpot feeder?
I'm just going to. Can I finish?
Yeah, okay.
I'll be quiet while you interrupt. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So the sanitary wood feeder comes in 4 different sizes, is what I was going to say.
What sizes do they come in?
12, 24, 36, and 39.5-inch. Bam.
Great. We should mention this too, if you don't mind.
I don't.
These are all made in Foy's woodshop. We have a man who's been with us now, golly, 10 years more, I don't know.
I've been here 12 and he's been.
And we've had other people want to make our wood products, saying they could do a great job. When they do it, and we set it next to one of the ones that John made, there's no comparison. John sands everything. And why sand the bottom? He does. You know, why sand these pieces? He just sands everything, so it's a real nice, smooth finish. So he's just a great carpenter, a great workman.
Thank you for that. We have a question. I'll take a question. How do you keep the feeder from getting wet if you only feed the birds outside?
I don't want to be smart. Feed the birds inside. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. Gee, how do you answer that question?
You can't prevent it from getting wet if it's outside.
Unless you cover it.
Yeah.
You know, unless you cover it. So if you've got it outside, you're going to have to build some sort of a tent or some sort of a cover for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Lu J. I wish I had an answer for you. I don't. Because no matter what you use, the pigeon has to have access to it, which leaves it open to getting wet inside. So I don't have an answer. Now that's one of the very few questions. We ought to send him a gift or something that we couldn't answer, right? Okay. But if you have another question, please send it in.
I had a question yesterday from a customer. I can't remember it, but like it was something I'd never heard of, and I'm gonna have to try to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I don't know.
Well, see, that's why you have heads and paper,
I know.
pen. You write something down.
I was busy.
You ought to see my desk. It's covered in
Have you seen my
questions.
desk?
Not lately.
Gracious.
Okay, let's talk about whatever you want to. Oh, see, I was going to say, why don't we clear this area and talk about
Well, we'll
them?
talk about these first.
Okay, all right,
So you talk about this group.
all right.
Or that one.
This is a cage feeder. It comes in different sizes. Three different sizes.
Mhm.
This is one opening. We also have two openings, all one piece, and we have a three opening. Feed, grit, and we also sell one of these for water. Do we not? See, this can't be for water.
No, that cannot be.
All right. So the nice thing about this one is, if you can visualize, this is on the outside of your cages, not in the inside. These little hooks, you hook it on, and you're looking at it this way. You open up to fill it. This is the view to see how much is in it. These are air holes so that the dampness doesn't settle to the bottom of your feeder. It can be, you can use it for grit, you can use it for feed, or other supplements that you may use. So it's made in Spain. Real heavy duty. Did you think I was going to
Nice
break
heads up, yeah.
Well, I knew it was. So they're really great. If you have birds in individual cages, and you can put one on one side with the feed and one on the other side with the grit. So it has a lot of different uses. Made by the Gaun company. Gaun. How do you Gaun?
Gone.
Gaun? I don't know.
Gone.
Okay. And if you have a question, hey, give us a call. Not a call. Jim's contacting us.
Hi, Jim. Jim says, hi, Jerry and Gina. As of right now, the National Young Bird Show in Louisville will be October 9th, 2021. From Joe Jefferson, the show chairman. That's what we had.
Joe Jefferson. Thank you. You can always remind us, Joe. For those who haven't been to the Louisville show, what are you laughing at?
I'm not. I was
She was
smiling.
giggling over there. And
That's
for her-
her, not me.
no, but you were smiling. Joe. I called him Joe. This is from Joe Jefferson. Oh, and I'm seeing Jim Combs up there. That's
Jim wrote the message.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And
so
that's a
talk to
message.
Jim.
So anyways, we have been going to it for 21 years now. It's one of the must-be places when it comes to pigeon shows. It's a young bird show. So there's where the people who have been raising pigeons all of 2020 and maybe towards the end of beginning of 2021 bring their young birds, and you're going to see, I'm guessing 3,000 to 4,000 pigeons, something like that. All the different varieties. I can guarantee you, you're going to see birds there that you've never seen before, breeds that you've never seen before. And they have a great for sale section. So if you're in the market for some good birds, if Jim Combs is still watching us, maybe give us a phone number for if people have information, they can contact Joe Jefferson.
Questions?
Yes, questions about the show, hotels. That's another thing. The hotels are part of it. No, it's real close, real close. It's in the fairgrounds. So if you have a question, if Jim Combs will send it, we'll give out either his email address or his cell phone number. I'm sure that Joe won't mind. Okay, now.
Hold on. Can I have an input?
I'm holding on.
This?
I'm holding on.
For the national show, see, you always throw me off. For the national, we do attend the show, as Jerry said, and if you would like to place an order for us to bring it to you, that way you pay no shipping. And that's good if you want to get heavy stuff or big items, and we'll have it at the show ready for you. You do have to prepay for your order, and we'll bring it with us and have it ready for you behind the tables.
Every year we disappoint people because 3 or 4, even sometimes the week of the show, they call us and they want this or they want that, and it's real heavy, and that's great and all that. We don't have any room. We take as much as we possibly can. But if we've had to turn down people every year that want us to bring something because they called too late. It's not too late to call now.
It's
if
too
you-
early to call
I
now.
mean, that's what I'm sorry. Not too early. You could.
It is too early.
Is it too early?
Yeah,
Those are
at the
right
beginning of September, we will start taking pre-orders for the Louisville show. Okay, back to the feeders.
Okay. I thought you said que pasa. Que back to the feet.
Okay, back to the feeders.
All right. This one is made in almost every country. It's just duplicate. Somebody came with the idea, and it's a good one. This is comes apart in two pieces. Nothing. You just all you want to do if you want to put it back together, you just click it back. Yeah. It's a feeder for feed for pellets. You can also use it for grit. Yeah. And pardon. Water. Gee, Gina, if you let me talk, stop interrupting me. I would have come to water.
Okay.
So anyway, it's feed and water. It's shaped this way so the birds can't land on it or
Perch
on it. That's what I was trying to say. And easy to clean. That's one of the things I always look for. Is it easy to clean? And this one certainly is. So if you're looking now, this one, and there's another one designed like this without this design. This goes right in here, fits right in there. You can see like that. So it creates 3 sections. So if you wanted to use grit, feed, pellets, or something like, we sell a product called carrot corn, those kind of things, they'll fit right in there. So you can feed 3 different ones. That's for, if you've got 20 or 30 birds, you might not want to use this because it reduces the compartments. So that way it holds a lot of feed or water. This way, 3 different smaller amounts of the same.
Good job.
Well, thank you. I'll wait until you tell me that because you haven't said good job. Yeah.
Great job.
Why don't you talk about them?
I'd rather you.
You'd rather me.
Yeah, you like to talk.
If you, I can't deny that. But we'll talk to Danny first.
Okay. Hi, Danny. The National Birmingham Roller Convention will be held in Boise, Idaho this year from September 24th to 26th. Anyone wanting more information can call me at 573-465-3627. We're back.
Oh, you tell Danny what happened.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Again. Anyway, Danny, if you could send us the information, how many birds will be there? How many rollers? It's a roller-only show, Birmingham Rollers. Do you have to be a member of the National Birmingham Roller Club to show there? And maybe anything else you might want to mention. And Danny and the gentleman, Jim, before him, what a great way to promote their show. them nothing, and you're reaching thousands and thousands of people. So this show is in Boise, Idaho, September 24th through the 26th, National Birmingham Roller Club Show, 573-465-3627. Thank you. In talking about feeders, this is a larger version of what we looked at before. So if you have a larger flock, as you can see, this comes in here and it divides it into 3 sections. So you can, what I particularly like about this is if you look at the 3 sections, here's one small one and they line up with the holes. The small one is where you would put either a treat seed or grit, and then you can put the feed in the other 2. So it's lightweight, easy to clean, no screws, nothing to clip, all that done goes there and you're done. Nice feeder. What we should, well, I guess it doesn't matter what the item name or what the item number is. If they go into our catalog, they'll see them, correct?
Yeah, and she's linking the products.
Okay, well, see, I don't know. You're the linker today, huh? Okay. Reminder, this is the Facebook show from Foy's. We don't mention our company name very often, do we?
We don't.
But it's Foy's. We invite you to send in questions like Danny did, like Jim did before him. And any questions, any comments, and we keep saying this, I suppose. If there's something you want us to talk about, just send in the what you want us to talk about. And I've been known to talk about half an hour about nothing. If it's really something, I might be on the show until 6 o'clock.
Or not.
Oh, okay. All right, let's talk about whatever you want to talk
drink?
about. You want to do that, this, and this?
Yeah, that.
Oh, this.
Yeah. I
Cheers.
poured Jerry a half a shot for the show.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Vodka, and I don't even like vodka. Bah! Go ahead.
So these are Foy's shot glasses. If you have to measure anything for your medicines or anything, it does have our logo on it, our phone number. It has teaspoon, tablespoon, ounces, and milliliters on it. So these are available if you'd like them.
Talk a little bit about them. I don't know why. I just keep forgetting. Can I just take this one home?
Sure.
Because it is so convenient. Something about me personally, I love to bake. And I'm always using shot glasses, or not shot. I'm always using different half a teaspoon, you never have quite the one, or the recipe is CCs or MLs, and now what does that work back to in teaspoons? So it's great in the kitchen, but it's also great in the pigeon coop because all of the directions that we offer you are teaspoons, but there are some cases when we tell you MLs, and so this breaks it down, everyone that you could possibly think of. So I think anybody that has pigeons, or if you work in the kitchen, it's a good one to have in the kitchen. But you should think about getting one. They're inexpensive, and maybe when you're ordering something, to order one of these, the shipping would probably be a minimum of $3 or $4 by itself, wouldn't it? More than that. It sells for $6. So if you place an order or you make a list of things you want, put this as part of the list. It takes up very little room, and it won't cost you much more to ship it. The other thing we wanted to talk about was our mugs. Here again, this is called mug, M-U-G.
Yes, it is.
Just in case you didn't know. But I was going to mention, this one is Simpson's Loft. That's Ron Simpson, isn't it? So you can get these custom made with any name you want here that's possible. If it's custom made, call Veronica, and you tell her what you want on the mug, and she can tell us what.
No, you don't. You can order it on the website or call us and order it.
Well, just don't want to waste that. Okay. So tell them how to order it.
On our website or call us.
And just type in mug?
Oh, yeah, it'll come up.
Okay. But there's all different varieties. If you work somewhere and you drink a lot of coffee or whatever, and people see this, they're going to ask you about it. I don't know how many pigeons there are here in color but they're certainly there. Make the mug feel.
This mug act.
Well, look, if I was done with the mug and I put it down,
You had to take a breath.
huh?
You had to take a breath.
Oh, okay.
I was helping you out.
Thank you.
Oh, the mug is the same layout as our current catalog.
Okay.
So with our new catalog, it will change, right? Yes, it will.
Oh, we'll have a different version of this at some
Yes.
point. Oh, it'll be
Like the ones that we used to get every 2 years that match a
Am
catalog.
I right? This is a herky jerky show. Last show was really smooth and went real well. This one, I think you're causing everything to go kind of jerky.
It might be that vodka.
The other thing we sell is Foy's hat. As you can see, it's expandable. I guess to make all of them are that way. But what makes this one a little different is a lot of the hats you have, they're printed here. Or with a patch or something like this. This is actually embroidered right into it, so it's going to last you, for years and years and years. So if you buy a hat from Foy's, you can order them. We'll bring them to the show, or you can order them and we'll ship them to you. They're $25 each plus shipping.
Yes.
Okay. But I'll do this for you at no extra charge. You see me at a show, or you see me here at the store, how about this? I'll autograph it for you.
How about that?
Oh, would you autograph it for them too? If they
Sure.
said, okay, well, that's worth its weight in chicken poop. Okay. Anyway, we have mugs. We have measuring mugs, measuring,
Glass.
but there's another word for it, isn't there?
Shot glass.
Shot glass
Measuring glass.
and a hat. Okay. I'll put this over here. See, if you don't send in questions, folks, we babble on.
We?
Babylon, that's a city in Egypt, isn't it?
Yeah. He babbles on.
I do babble on. Okay, let's take this one, and then we'll go to this one, waiting for your
And we still have some over
call.
here
And we're
too.
waiting to hear more information on the National Birmingham Roller Club show, and the show that, what's the one?
Louisville.
Pardon?
Louisville.
Louisville, we talked about that.
Youngberg.
This is a unique feeder. I don't think anybody else offers this series made by this company in Spain. This has, you can see, 3 holes and 3 compartments. It's made to set on the floor, easy to fill, just pour each one. But once again, you can put feed in all 3 of them, or you can put grit in one, seed, any type of treat seed in another one, and pigeon feed, or put pigeon feed in 2 of them. So if you're looking for a real nice unit, it's a floor feeder, and it comes in just this size or 2?
2 hole and 3 hole.
2 hole and 3 hole. Got a question on any of the feeders? Just give us a call. I keep saying call. Facebook us.
Yeah. Danny says, no need to be a member. It's not really a show. It's more of a convention where roller folks from all over get together, and the local guys in Boise will be flying and showing their rollers and lofts. We will go see about 10 to 15 roller flyers and be traveling in a large bus. We all just meet at the hotel and leave in the morning to the different lofts. Plenty of fun catching up and learning from each other. Nice.
So we did give out the phone number, or if you missed that phone number, contact Gina, and Gina will be able to give it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Hi, Pam. Pam says, I just received that one. Will it be okay for 4 birds? That one,
No.
I'm guessing.
No. Well, it's for 3 birds. Okay,
4 can eat in
but
it.
that's assuming that you only have 3. You have 3 birds, but if you have 10 birds, it's suitable for 10 birds. Some will eat when they're full. The next group will come, and the way it works is they eat. The feed drops down. So actually, sure, it'll work for 4, 6, 8 birds. Hope I answered that. But that's a good question, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the next one is the feeder with guard, which comes in 4 sizes. The smallest is a 9.5 inch, which we're out of right now. This is the 24 inch.
We have a container on its way, or we'll have it in the next month.
3.
3 on the way, but this is
3.
part of what's coming.
Yes.
From natural.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is the one I use in my loft. I've used them all, the big long ones when I had a lot of birds in the section, but it graduates down to a smaller one. The smallest one is about 9.5 inches, and we're out of them, right? But
Correct.
still, I use that one for grip. For a regular feeder, this is all I use. The reason I like it, birds can't roost on the feeder itself. That's an important thing, because you're going to get less droppings that go into the feed itself, because fouled feed is one of the ways that pigeons do catch disease. The birds are eating. If you've ever watched pigeons eat, they don't always pick the first thing. They'll pick it up and throw it. We can verify that because in our cage units, the birds pick what they like and they throw out what they don't want. So this allows all of the bird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you could conceivably have
22.
a little over 20 birds eating at the same time. The other thing I like about it is this just flips open. Nothing to get rusty or twist or turn. So it twists open, and you put your feed in here. Now, I wrote an article about this, and I think it was in this, but it doesn't really matter. I just wrote an article, and I included this thought. We sell feeders, or you can go get a what do they call them? Scrapers. You can go to get a paint scraper or that kind of thing at Home Depot or somewhere. But we sell a plastic one that fits right in here. So it's so easy to clean. Because if you do this, sure, most of it's going to come out, but some of it is not, dirt and dust and whatever. So this is so easy to clean. All you do is get a scraper, scrape it out, go the other way, and you're done. So I like that feature too. That's our feeder. Comes in 4 different sizes. We call it a
Feeder with guard.
I saw you went blank there, didn't you?
I did.
What did you spill here? Oh, that's my whiskey.
Vodka.
Oh, vodka.
Maybe it's water. Who knows?
Who knows?
Hand me that sanitary wood feeder. Nope, that's the feeder with guard.
Oh,
So we have another one. It's called the
this one?
Yes, Euro wood feeder. It's similar to this, but it has a plastic insert in it, as he mentioned earlier. Plastic insert, 3 different sizes, and of course we're out of the small size right now, the 12 inch. It will be on one of the containers coming soon.
We as a company have struggled, just like so many other companies, in getting product in. Product containers have been delayed and delayed and delayed. These are 40 foot, which is longer than a lot of houses. We bring in a lot of product, but all the companies all over the world are struggling to get product to us. Glad I interrupted you.
That's okay.
Oh, going back to the one, if you can visualize it, it's similar to this. And the good thing about the thing I like is that plastic insert. Remember we talked about buying them? Didn't we look into that? And never
We
did
did
follow?
at one time, had them, but they didn't.
What I was going to say is, when we say a plastic insert, it's U-shaped, and the length of from here to here, and the width from here to here. You drop it right in here. It's not tight. It's made to be loose so you can get it out of there. The advantage of that is if poop does get in here, or dirt or dust get down into the bottom or get damp, this plastic insert, you pull it out, you wash it and sanitize it with the disinfectant, put it right back in there. So that's a big, big thing. If you read some of my writings on feed and feeders, it talks about that. Very, very important to keep them clean. Let me do this before we go to these. I started kiddingly talking about it. And most of you know, and if you don't, I bought 182 birds about 3 weeks ago now, 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. It's a long story, but John Erdi was in very, very bad health, called me, asked me if I would take all of his pigeons. I shouldn't say take, I bought all of his pigeons. One of the greatest flyers in his area in history. And he said he had 100. When my friend and I drove up there, turned out he had 182. And I'm overflowing with good, top quality pigeons. So if you're interested, and we've had a great response, but they eventually be all gone, but we're selling them. There's no pedigree. I can't tell you that. Nor can you contact John. His health does not permit it, so I can't get them. But they're mostly Jansons. There are some Hubans, but I don't know which one is which. But no pedigree. I get a lot of questions, and I understand the question. The other thing is, these birds are great breeders. John stopped breeding his pigeons in 2017, 4 years ago. So he stopped and he started throwing all the eggs away because he couldn't do it anymore and he had to stop racing. So if you're looking for really, really good pigeons, I know he spent $500 for a bird with a blink without a blink in the eye. So if you're looking for really good quality birds, I'm selling them a little bit less expensive than I normally do to try to reduce it. They're not mated pairs, but I guarantee you a hen and cock. No pedigrees, no paperwork, no history. But trust me, and I hope you do. I bought some birds from them before. I got a lot of responses to the quality they are. No colors to speak of other than blue bars and blue checks. That's pretty much it. But if you know anybody that races, or if you race yourself, 95% of your birds are blue bars and blue checks. And if you're interested in color, you're not going to win. Color is secondary. Quality is first. One pair. Now, this doesn't include the shipping because shipping is based on where you live. So it's one pair is $100. It's two birds. Two pair or four birds, and these are all breeders. They're not young birds. When I say young birds, they're not born this year. Two pairs, $175. I just couldn't go any lower than that. So if you want four pair, it's just 2 times $175, which is $350. I'm going to give you a phone number. If you don't have a pencil, you may want to get that. And write my phone number down. I'm going to give you my home phone number. And being my home phone number, sometimes I'm not home. Well, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Did I say something funny?
You didn't.
No. My home phone number is 724-359-5355. That's 724-539-5355.
Nope. That was wrong.
Oh, God. What did I give my cell phone number out?
No, you just said the numbers wrong.
Okay.
724 359.
Can you see them all now? Wait a minute. Just scribbling it out to write the right number in.
359 5355.
What's the area?
I said it.
Say it again, please.
Continue. 724 359 5355.
I just get tired of carrying you in this show, and I just figured you gotta start doing something.
And Veronica posted it as well. So
Oh, did she? Thank you.
She did. And
So
she
if you're
was
looking for some top quality birds, I do get questions. They're looking for extra hens. I never sell extra hens. Everybody needs hens. Nobody needs extra males. But if you do want an extra cock bird, I have that. I just won't sell extra hens. Got that out of the way.
Yes. And we did just put flyers in a bunch of orders the last week or so, week and a half, about his pigeons. So
if you bought pigeons from us before, I know you'll be satisfied. We stand behind the birds. They're healthy. But when we ship, weather is an issue this time of the year. You talk a little bit about that.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. So if our weather or your weather where we're shipping to is above 85, we're not going to ship. The birds create a lot of heat. It's hot in the boxes. If it's hot outside and it's hot in the boxes, there's a chance that they may die, and then we're going to have to replace them.
Right.
So,
Well, we do, yeah, we'll replace them if we ship them.
right,
But if you don't pick them up on time or something.
right.
But we stand behind what we gonna do. But Gina mentioned a very good point. If you put 4 or 5 boxes in a box about this big, about this high, and it's really hot outside, don't leave them in your back seat or in your trunk when you pick them up. When you pick them up, or when you open the box and it's a hot day, you can feel the heat coming out because their body temperature is somewhere around 100 degrees, and they're in those boxes. Pigeons can't sweat. All they can do is open their mouth and blow air out and suck new air in. What we try to do, is there's a filter on. Some of them are two-sided, some of them are four-sided boxes with filters. What I'm doing with the birds that where temperatures are fairly high, I'm even slicing the filter to allow more air to get in. So we ship every Tuesday, except when it's too hot.
Right.
Okay.
So if you do order birds, just keep that in mind that it may not ship right away because of the weather. Last couple of weeks, weathers were high 90s, hundreds in different places. So we still got birds from weeks ago that we still have to ship, or orders from weeks ago.
A customer in Texas where the weather's 100, right?
Yeah.
So this for your good, but mostly for the good of the pigeons.
Yeah.
Have any more? Oh, we want to talk about this one, or we want to talk about something else?
Yeah, I wanted to mention something else since we're talking about weather. Vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to order vaccines right now, if you want to order them, same thing goes for that. If you order it online, there's a couple different,
Choices?
no,
Vaccine?
disclosures.
Oh, okay.
Disclosures that you have to check to say that you read them. Basically saying that if you order a vaccine and you get the vaccine and it's not cold anymore, the vaccine's no good. But that's on you because we told you that. You know, the weather, if your weather's hot, then you shouldn't order it right now. You should wait. If you're over probably 85, would you say? That ice pack is not going to stay cold in 100-degree weather.
We ship them overnight, is that correct?
Overnight, yeah. We recommend overnight. If you choose anything other than overnight and you get it and it's not cold, that's the risk that you take and to receive that vaccine and it's no good.
And the post office says overnight. I shipped some pigeons last Tuesday, and it took 2 days for them to get there. We're doing everything we possibly can. Those ice packs are in there and all of that. And some of them are wrapping it silver, don't we?
Yeah, we wrap them in the bag also.
Yeah.
Now that's UPS overnight. UPS overnight is pretty
Okay. Mail.
good
Not
usually.
necessarily.
Yeah, not mail.
Get any questions, you can always call and ask any of our staff.
And thank you for that. Anyone, yes.
I know how busy you are.
Okay, so we're
And,
gonna.
well, I thank Gina she's taken over handling the record keeping of all the orders that we get in and helps me ship every box. So that's a big help, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, this is my favorite drinker. To me, nothing better.
It can be a feeder too, right?
It can be a feeder. I don't think many people will use it as a feed because of its height. If you had a roller, the roller could never eat out of here unless it was full. A Homer can, but even that is a little deep. So I always think of it as a drinker. But it can be used as like if you had powders or some long neck breed, or that would work. This holds about a gallon of water, darn close to it. So first of all, what I like about it is the fact that it holds a gallon of water. Almost all of our medications are based on a gallon. It might say half a gallon or whatever. Most of them say a gallon. You don't have to weigh it. What I do is I put my medications in a gallon jug, the powdered one. Put it in the gallon jug, then fill it up. And while I'm filling it up, I shake the water in it to help dissolve the medication. So if you can imagine, regular gallon jug, fill it with water, and put your medications in. You can shake it all up, and then you pour it in. Don't have to measure, just pour the whole thing in. It's a gallon. If it's a half a gallon, all you have to do is measure halfway down, put a, what do you call them, a Sharpie mark on it, and you've got your half a gallon. So that's one of the things. The other important thing is, to me, is, and this is all I use, I was going to bang it real hard, but it's very, you can almost see the thickness of the plastic. It's a real heavy duty plastic. In the years I've been using them, well over 20 years for pigeons, I've never had one crack. Boom. Even in the wintertime, solid ice, I hit it against the wall, it doesn't break. One time in all the years I've been using it, it developed a crack. I don't know why. It could have been just, I guess what I'm saying is they'll last through a lifetime. What I do, well, of course, this is the way it works. You put this on it, it can't perch on it, and lots of opening for drinking water. So it's great for a lot of birds. You also, what I like about, what's going to say? Oh, when you put it on, oh, I know. I'm thinking wintertime. Don't mind me. My mind wanders. Did you notice that?
I did not ever notice that. Never.
In wintertime, when these freeze, what I do every morning, I go out and I've got a clean one. So I'm using 2 for a section. So I got a clean one. I just take this off, put the clean one in, put that on. The dirty one I take back into the house, goes in my laundry tub. I wash it, and the next morning it's ready to go, and the other one comes right back in. So, in fact, I wrote an article on heaters. You had asked me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote an article on heaters, and I suppose it might hurt sales. I'm in a cold climate. We get down to 5 degrees. It's not 5 or 10 degrees. It's not unheard of every winter. I don't use heaters ever. Never have used a heater. See no reason to. Even for our customers in Alaska, we have customers in Canada. They don't have to use heaters. I don't care if it's 20 below. Number one, what I do is use these, and boom, the ice goes out. Now, what people ask me, yeah, but then the water will freeze right up. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But don't worry about your birds. They will drink everything they want, and it's enough until the next day. So I don't use heaters. I use these, knock the ice out, and use them year round. The other thing, of course, is they're so easy to clean. It sounds like I'm knocking my own products. I don't mean to do that, but I'm doing it. A lot of the plastic feeders or drinkers, you have to get your hand up in there and try to clean in. And if you're using the smaller one, you can't get it 100% clean unless you're mixing bleach or something in there and trying to shake it up. These are so easy to clean. Last you a lifetime.
The other thing you used to do, he would put a number on each bull. So each loft had a number. So each loft had 2 bulls. So just in case anybody was sick, he knew which bull went into which loft.
Thank you. That's good. I don't have lofts at my house anymore. I forgot about that. Yeah. So when you go out, and the reason I do that is to help prevent disease. I'm going to try to clean them and disinfect them, but when I go out, this one goes right where it belongs. Because if it's some sort of disease here, I don't want to put it in the next section or the next loft. Thank you very much. Good point.
Welcome.
Okay. I'm going to put this over here.
Oh, gracious.
Well, before we get to talking about that, we will in
Okay.
just a moment. I want to talk to you about this afterwards, about
Okay.
the auctions. But the National Pigeon Association has an associate group called the Legacy Fund Trust. And what we do, with your help, is raise money, invest it, and use the investment funds to help individuals, clubs, organizations, groups, young group, anybody that needs financial help. We can't tell you we're going to fund every project. It's very, very well regulated. It goes, a request goes to the NPA, and the board will pass it on through if they like it and approve it. Then it comes to us, and there's 5 trustees, and all trustees discuss it. And then once it's approved, we write a check and send the money out. But it doesn't end there. If you agree, if you make an application for funding, and we fund the project, one of the requirements is we follow up. What did you do with our money? How did you use it? Was it successful? Was it not successful? And we take a lot of data so that we're sure that the money is being used as it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Oh, if you want to send a contribution. You know, I gave the benefits, but I didn't tell.
Right.
You know, if you would think about it, I don't care if you send me $10, $20, $100, whatever. And maybe you want to send it in memory of a past person, a family, a friend who had pigeons. Maybe we got one in last week. Somebody wanted to wish somebody a happy birthday, so they sent in $100 in his name, and the certificate said happy birthday, and that person's name goes into the National Pigeon Association's magazine forever. So maybe it's a loved one. It can be a happy birthday. Or maybe you've got a club member, like a secretary of the club, who does so much work. Why not send in a contribution in his name, and he will be recognized in the NPA quarterly. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
No problem. Okay, so this is the
Wall
wall
mount.
mount cafeteria feeder. We also have a large cafeteria feeder that sits on the floor. But I'll let you talk about this one.
Okay. The larger cafeteria feeder is sets on the floor, doesn't mount, but it holds 50 pounds, and it has holes like this for feeding on both sides. So you can, if you're going on vacation or you're just not going to be there for a few days, or that's just the way you have so many birds, you have to use something like this. This flips open. Would you move that, please? It flips open. It'll hold about 35 pounds of pigeon feed. The other one will hold a full 50-pound bag. That's the double one. This comes with it, and people get it and don't know. But let's say you want to control the feed that your pigeons are getting. So what you can do is, they're eating, you go back in 20 minutes, you want them to stop eating, you put this in here, and now you're controlling the feed. When you want them to eat tomorrow morning, you pull it out, and they'll come to it. That's the way to control feed. I think you can see inside, there's a wedge at the very bottom, so that when the feed goes down, there's a slanted wedge which pushes the feed into here. Great unit, and the holes are pre-drilled. There's 3 of them. If you want to drill it against the wall, I like it, because you can hold it up above, even like here, and it becomes what we call a hidey hole. That's what I call it. Somebody called me about it today. Baby sometimes gets cornered, and the baby can't hide in an aggressive male, or maybe too close to a nest that's on the floor. So if you can pick these up like that, an adult bird won't be able to get under it, and the baby bird will run under here and hide from it. So easy to install, 3 screws, great unit. Okay.
Thank you. I'll put that with you. We got a couple questions. Ow. Hi James. He said,
I'm sorry.
still have white homing pigeons.
I do, Jim. We only have available right now young birds. People got another call today wanting breeders. We're not selling breeders right now. We will in another month or so, but we're using those breeders to breed our own pure white pigeons that are usually, they're not race quality. These are birds used by people who do funerals and weddings and celebrations and so forth. So I do have 2021 birds, pure white, banded. So if you have any questions, give Jerry a call at his house, and his phone number is
724-359-5355.
You can't leave a message. I do that intentionally because no message is adequate. I have to ask questions or answer questions for you. So so you can't leave a message. If you call me outside the hours of 9 to 5 Eastern time, a lot of the times I just don't answer the phone. I will call you the next day.
Antonio, hello. May I ask you a question about carb loading racing pigeons?
Antonio, you can call me. I don't have time to go into it right now, and it is kind of a narrow focus, narrow. But anyway, my home phone number, which we just gave, 724-359-5355. When I get home, I'll see you called, and if I don't call you today, sometimes I call on Saturdays too, and I'll work up something for you on. We'll talk about it, and then I'll do some research and call you back. By golly, we're going to make it through the hour. We all done with the wood product? I mean, the feeders and so forth?
Yeah, I did want to mention we do have some feeders on clearance. If you go on our website and click the clearance button, you'll see all of our clearance feeders. That's just feeders that we're no longer going to sell, and we're trying to move them out the way for all the new products.
Yeah, and if you have our catalog, it's in the yellow page section, isn't it? All yellow
Yeah,
pages.
that's
And there's more?
yeah, the website is the most up to date because catalog's almost 2 years old now. So some of that stuff is already gone.
Great point, a 2-year-old. A lot of people get upset sometimes when they're looking at our catalog and it has a price and the price is not what it is in the catalog. Not a lot of that, but it happens. After 2 years, prices have changed and we do our best to hold the price, but there are times when we just can't do it. So the current prices are always on our website, not in the catalog.
Right. Thank you.
Well, you think we've talked about wood feeders, and mention again, we make custom-made products in wood. If it's in wood, we can make almost anything, but takes weeks and weeks sometimes to get it. We discontinue.
We're not doing custom right now. He's so far behind.
Okay, I apologize. So we don't do it. We will do it again probably in the future.
Yeah, but not right now.
And because of you folks, and we thank you for it, we're so busy. So very, very busy. We hired a new person not too long ago. And it's been the 2 best years we've ever had since we've been in the business. We thank you for that. We'd like to think part of the reason is you're putting your trust in us. You know, when we say something, that's what we say, is what we mean. We do our very best to make sure the products are the quality. Being a pigeon fancier with me for 70 years, I've been around it for a little bit of time. I know what's good and I know what won't work. We do our best to bring the best to you. People are amazed at how fast we are able to get our product out. In almost all cases, if you order before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the product goes out that day. So I just wanted to pass that on. And I wanted to mention, if you don't mind, do you have anything else you want to cover? Okay. I'm neglecting mentioning that you should really think about supporting the hobby. I've already mentioned the trust, and that's one way to do it. Another way is to support the National Pigeon Association. The dues are very, very minimal. I think it's $20 a year, if I remember right. And for that $20, it's like subscribing to a magazine because you get 4 beautiful quarterly magazine, all color, with lots of information, birds for sale, just anything you can think of that relates to pigeons. So go to the website. Just all you I type in NPA, but it's the National Pigeon Association. And give them a call and they'll tell you where to send a check. Then you'll start getting the magazines, but it's a way to support the hobby.
And if you have a child younger than 18, we have a junior kit that includes the child's membership to the NPA for a year.
And the kit includes the magazine, it includes feeders and drinkers and
a basket, a backpack. That's new.
So if you've got youngsters in the family, or you've got a youngster in a club, that might be a good way to to start him off. He's got everything he needs to get started and information to read to learn.
Another question. Hi, James. James asked, what would you recommend for the
Best.
best racing food?
Well, I'm sorry. I should have known you. Why? You felt that something, if I didn't apologize, you'd get mad at me or something?
Go ahead.
Just asking. There's no such thing as a best feed. Most important thing, clean. And a lot of the companies clean, but it's not perfect. Some of the companies double and triple clean. That's what you want. When you pick up that feed out of the bag and put your hand up and the grains go through your fingers, you'll get no dust on your hand. That's very, very important. The need for specific feeds change based on the season. If you're going to be racing, there are specific feeds that you are going to use for racing feed, whether it's not conditioner, is European Supreme with corn, European Supreme with popcorn, European Supreme with no corn. You don't want a lot of corn in the summertime. It puts on fat, and you don't want fat racing pigeons. Popcorn, a lot of people like it because it's easier to eat because it's so small rather than the kernel corn. Nutritionally, popcorn and regular corn are the same. Then you get into breeding season. We have a breeder feed. Then if you're in a racing season, you may want a conditioner feed. And you have to take all of that into consideration. There's no best. There's a lot of great ones, a lot of good ones. Once again, if you have a question and want to go into more detail with it, just give me a call. Do you remember my number? No? 374.
724 359 5355.
Just imagine trying to put up with me on a regular basis every day. That's why I don't come into the store. I've been banned. Because every time I come in, I look for problems, or if there's no problems, I create a problem. So I don't come in.
Create a problem and solve it, right?
That's it. Yeah. If it is to be, it's up to me. What's the other one we use?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the one that you try to remember.
A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still.
A man convinced
Okay.
his will. That's why in sales, you can't convince somebody to buy something that they don't want. So a man convinced. Go ahead.
Next show, July 16th. July 16th.
Mm-hmm.
And we are closed Monday, July 5th for 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. And happy 4th of July to everybody.
Yes, happy 4th of July.
And once again, we certainly do thank you so much. If you want to visit our store, we invite you. We're right off the Pennsylvania Turnpike. We're really easy to find on Route 51, Pittsburgh. But the thing of it is if you're coming and you have a large order, you might want to call us. We can have it ready for you by the time you get here. Or you might give us an order and on the phone or by email, we can tell you if we have it or don't have it. We'll have most of it, but you might, so that if we don't have it, you may want to take the time to change the order to something similar. If you want to come to the store on a weekend, you have to call a couple of weeks in advance. And in most cases, I will meet you at the store, or Gina usually comes down, or Kim comes down if she knows I'm going to be here, because I can't count money. Well, I can get up to 10 or 12, but when they order $76.47, I have a hard time with that.
Not really.
It's 3, well, 4.
I wanted to say one more thank you to somebody who does a lot for us, to Veronica, our behind the scenes, who's never really seen, but she truly does a lot for us, and we appreciate it.
Which reminds me, man, a lot of people have already turned off, but we're still talking. I think I shared this with you. I eat at the restaurant next door to our building, and last week I was there. No, it was this week. And I'm sitting there reading the paper, as I do every time I go, and eat my meal. And the waitress came over, and she put a little piece of paper in front of me. She says, "This is for you." I says, "What is it?" She says, "Well, read it." I said, okay. And I read it and I said, who's it from? She said, I'm not telling you. It's the idea of passing on good thoughts, good things, and good deeds. Whoever it was said, please pass this on. We are paying for your meal. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have the ability, pass something on, pass a good deed on. So it's a pass it on thought. And I thought that was great. And I do pass it on.
Yep. Okay, so we'll see you guys July 16th. Have a safe